Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out if you won the McFarlane Toys Batman the Animated Series figure, and why I'm wearing socks on my hands.
Good evening, and welcome to Casting Call, the show where we shine the spotlight on some of the voice actors behind your favorite DCAU characters. Today's episode,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill was born September 25th, 1951 in Oakland, California. He pursued an education in drama at Los Angeles City College. His first recurring role was on the soap opera General Hospital and a lead role in the Texas Wheeler sitcom.
Have you ever tried to smile all day with feet in your face? I never knew feet were so ugly.
He had guest appearances on The Partridge Family, One Day at a Time, and Room 222, as well as roles in television films The City and Sarah T. Portrait of a Teenage Alcoholic. Hey, everybody's gotta start somewhere, but soon... Mark Hamill owes his big break to the role of Luke Skywalker in 1977's Star Wars, which spun the film industry on its head. Hamill would return for the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special in 1978, as well as series sequels The Empire Strikes Back in 1980 and Return of the Jedi in 1983. Before the second film, Hamill was in a car accident that fractured his nose, which inspired the scene with the Wampa in Empire Strikes Back to create an answer for Skywalker's injuries. After the success of Star Wars, many doors opened in Hamill's career. He appeared in the 1978 film Corvette Summer and 1980 World War II film The Big Red One. But to distance himself from Star Wars to avoid typecasting, Hamill started acting on Broadway, where he starred in plays like The Elephant Man, Amadeus, and 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks.
I mean manly love, signore, not male sopranos shrieking or stupid couples rolling their eyes.
Hamill's next big role was 1989's Slipstream, with more work throughout the 1990s in Midnight Ride, The Guyver, and The Village of the Damned remake. He also appeared in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back as the supervillain Cockknocker.
Why do they call you Cockknocker? Actually, there's a funny story behind that. You're gonna love this. True story.
He also portrayed the Trickster in 2 episodes of the live-action 1990 TV series of The Flash.
Good morning, sunshine!
Over the next few years, Hamill made further cameos on Mad TV, Saturday Night Live, episodes of Third Rock from the Sun, Just Shoot Me, Sequest DSV, Chuck, Criminal Minds, and The Outer Limits.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Hamill gained renown for his work as a voice actor, starring in the 1970s Hanna-Barbera Productions cartoon Genie, and the Ralph Bakshi film Wizards in 1977, though he is most well known for the role of the Joker, starting in 1992 with Batman the Animated Series, alongside his co-actor Kevin Conroy as Batman, which led the two actors to portray the characters across television, film, video games, and other media for years to come.
You really should loosen up, dear. Have a laugh now and then.
We'll be right back.
Hey, I was watching that!
And now you're watching this.
Hi, have you met Ted? You've been hearing my voice? This is my face. Interrupting this video to give a shout out to our newest Patreon members. This is something we'll be doing in every video now, which is awesome because that means we've earned more support from viewers like you. Exponential growth. This is one curve we do not want to flatten. Thanks to Liz Sama, Zach, Alex, Quinn Clark, Travis Simpson, Galaxy Legion, Jake Kors, Chris Plants. Okay, I said that wrong. Crispy Nuts, Ewan Patterson, the West Isle Defense Force, Jonathan Sparks, Ryan Pigeon, Jonathan Adkins, Cameo Shadowness, and as always, Richard Mon 12 and Luke Mears, who get their names shout out in every video. Here's a big heartfelt shout out to all of our new Patreons and all the recurring folks whose names you'll see at the end of the video. The Watchtower database would not exist without all of y'all. If you're interested in helping, go to patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower and check out all the perks available. Now back to our regular scheduled programming. That should do it.
I don't know what this person has against GothCorp, but we've always looked upon ourselves as the people company.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
Mark Hamill's Joker would go on to appear in episodes of Superman the Animated Series, The New Batman Adventures, Justice League, Static Shock, a few cameos in Robot Chicken, as well as starring roles in the 1993 theatrical film Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and the 2000 direct-to-video release Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Ooh, I'd better sit down before I bust a gun.
This version of the Joker would also introduce the spunky, sexy hench lady Harley Quinn.
You were gonna come back for me, weren't you, Puddin'?
Of course, pumpkin pie. It's just that, well, here you are.
Hamill would reprise the character for a sequence in the WB live-action series Birds of Prey, as well as several video games, notably Batman Vengeance, the Sega version of The Adventures of Batman and Robin, DC Universe Online, as well as 3 installments of the popular Arkham series, Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
You fell for the old sick Joker guy, Batman.
There's something about scary clowns, you know, that it just creeps people out.
But you of all people should know, there's plenty wrong with me.
In 2016, he voiced the Joker in the adaptation of Batman the Killing Joke, which was directed by Bruce Timm.
You know, it's funny. This reminds me of a joke.
Hamill played other roles in DC animation, such as Solomon Grundy in Justice League.
No one hurts Grundy.
And the role of the Trickster in Justice League Unlimited.
Got me again, Flash.
Which he would reprise again in another live-action appearance for the CW's 2015 iteration of The Flash.
Give it up, Trickster.
Hiya, Swifty. Will you do me the honor of allowing me to kill you?
Everyone at the Wayne Enterprises family sends their prayers and good wishes to our senior member for his speedy recovery.
Hamill also voiced Tony Zuko in The Batman, and Spectre in Batman the Brave and the Bold, as well as Swamp Thing, with additional outings as the Joker and the Trickster for Justice League Action, which inspired the short episode Missing the Mark, where the voice actor is kidnapped by the villains he has continued to play over the years.
I loved in that 70s classic about a young lad who fights impossible odds to fulfill his destiny. What was that called? Oh yeah, Corvette Summer.
Hamill was also involved in Marvel animation, where he played the Hobgoblin in the 1990s Spider-Man series, as well as Gargoyle in The Incredible Hulk, Maximus in Fantastic Four, Claw in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and various characters in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Now beat it. I want to be alone with all my favorite presidents.
He also appeared in non-comic related animated television such as Phantom 2040, Totally Spies, The New Woody Woodpecker Show, Time Squad, Codename Kids Next Door, Avatar The Last Airbender, Metalocalypse, and Regular Show, along with guest appearances in cartoons such as The Simpsons and Family Guy.
Are you happy? I've never been happy.
Hamill starred in animated films as well, lending his voice to Sinbad, Beyond the Veil of Mists, Joseph King of Dreams, Balto 2 Wolf Quest, Futurama Bender's Big Score, and 2 English dubs for Studio Ghibli films, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Castle in the Sky.
People will say in animation, can you add about 20 pounds to that voice?
And you sort of find a way to get heavier.
That's why I compare it to radio acting, because I'm able to play parts I would never get if I were doing it on camera.
But once we have the warrior, we'll burn the jungle and take back the earth.
One thing I found about playing villains is that the characters don't see themselves as villainous. The way I played the Joker too, I didn't play him as a villain. He was just an unappreciated genius.
Right.
It's your problem if you don't get me.
He originally entered the realm of video games with the Wing Commander Combat Simulation series, where Hamill played the main character Colonel Christopher Blair, which he continued throughout multiple installments of the series, with a voice cameo in the live-action 1999 film. Hamill also provided his voice for games like Star Citizen, the Gabriel Knight series, the Crash Bandicoot series, The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, Wolverine in X2 Wolverine's Revenge, Darksiders, and LucasArts' Full Throttle. In 2004, Hamill directed and starred in Comic Book the Movie, an award-winning direct-to-DVD mockumentary. Hamill took a break from feature films for a few years before returning in 2011 for Thel of Maris, the first mainstream sci-fi film to be released in the country of Hungary. Hamill would then act in horror film Airborne and indie film Sushi Girl, all of which pushed Hamill out of his comfort zone. Hamill appeared in comic book film Kingsman: The Secret Service in 2015 and stars as Barry Minko's father in Con Man. In 2014, Mark Hamill would return to Star Wars to voice Darth Bane, a Sith Lord who lived thousands of years before the films and originated the Rule of Two that Sith Lords follow, first mentioned in the Star Wars Episode 1 novelization, whose only on-screen appearance would be in the last episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Why do you come to my tomb?
When Lucasfilm was acquired by Disney, a new trilogy of films was announced, and Hamill signed on to reprise his role of Luke Skywalker. Though The Force Awakens teased his return, it would be Rian Johnson's 2017 film The Last Jedi that truly continued Luke's character arc, and set up Hamill's next outing as Luke in 2019 for J.J. Abrams' The Rise of Skywalker. Hamill produced the YouTube variety series Mark Hamill's Pop Culture Quest, which ran for 10 episodes. He is also co-writer of the Black Pearl comic book miniseries for Dark Horse Comics, and has also written for Simpsons comics, including Catastrophe and Substitute Springfields, which is a parody to DC Comics' classic storyline Crisis on Infinite Earths. In 2019, Hamill has appeared in the TV series Talos, and provided voices in the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, The Last Kids on Earth, and Invincible series based on the Image Comics classic by Robert Kirkman. Hamill also provided the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play reboot.
Good night, Andy.
Mark Hamill is a busy man to say the least, and we are all so lucky to have him. He no doubt has a more extended career to look forward to in the future, perhaps even returning to voice the Joker again someday.
Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese?
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes of Casting Call here at the Watchtower Database.
Now let's talk trash. Who did you really hate the most? Besides me.
So I just have this now. In our recent video about the new Batman The Adventures Continue comic, we announced a giveaway of a McFarlane Toys Batman the Animated Series figure. And now it's time to find out who won. And the winner is... Wait, real quick, can you make sure you subscribe to the channel? We really want to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. And there's a lot of people watching these videos who aren't subscribed. It's very easy. You just hit the red button that says subscribe on it, please. Okay, actual winner. This person. Yay! Thanks, randomization algorithms. Here's why I'm wearing socks on my hands. I mean, I'm not sick, but it's times of turmoil. I want to make sure that you see that I'm not touching this with my real hands, just my sock hands. So if you just won this, send us an email at info@watchtowerdatabase.com. Tell us your name and your mailing address. I'll put this in the mail for you. Thank you to everyone who entered. Hopefully we'll do another one of these soon. Not for necessarily this, but for something else. Does anyone want this big Green Lantern standee thing? Well, you can't have it, it's mine. Thank you as always to all of our patrons who make all of this possible. Here are their names, all of the names, not just the new ones. Look at them go. There's that person I like, and there's that person who I like more. I don't know about that guy. Check out how you can get on this list by going to patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower. We got cool stuff for you. You got money for us so that we can afford to buy action figures to give away for free. No, that's not really what we use it for. We use it for drugs. Food. Okay, bye. Back over here with you, quarantine man.